After watching the show Lucifer, I've been pondering a question that's been going around in my head, and the question is something bad when it becomes predictable? Again, I'll be answering that question in today's video, so without further ado, let's get started. Now, in the beginning of the video, I did say something along the lines of watching the show Lucifer. Well, in that show, basically Lucifer, the devil, is basically playing cop with a human detective. And in that show, again, I won't go into much in detail, but after a while, I just started to figure out who the killer was. And after a minute, I just decided, and I've been questioning myself, like, is something bad when it becomes too predictable? To me, something becomes predictable when it's done something more than at least 2 or 3 times. That's when I can pinpoint and say, yeah, you done goofed. Again, something becoming predictable doesn't necessarily automatically mean it's bad. It just means that at a certain point, I can kind of pinpoint when something's gonna happen, and it has less impact than what it's supposed to be. Say, for example, if you have a mystery, right? You're trying to figure out who the killer is, but at the end, you kind of already figured out who the killer is right before they're revealed, or way before they're revealed. And it's kind of like it loses a lot of the impact it's supposed to have. A lot of the build-up and tension goes away since you already kind of know what happens. And I'm not saying this as in like, I've already watched it before. No, I'm saying as in, you haven't watched it before, but you kind of already know what's going to happen because there's too much obvious clues. And that's the thing. It's like something, I don't think it necessarily means something is bad, but it just basically takes away a lot of the impact that it's supposed to have. Again, that's all we have to say, honestly. Again, like there were just way too many points in that show, Lucifer. Again, it's a Netflix show. I mean, wow, shocker. But again, I know my cousin said it was good, and I watched a couple episodes with him, and it wasn't bad at first, and it still isn't a bad show. I think it's okay, but I think it's just way too predictable for the cops and the detective work and stuff like that. Like, if you're gonna include that kind of stuff in the real world, Charmed did it a hell of a lot better. If you haven't watched that show is fucking great. Watch that shit. Charmed did it a hell of a lot better, including real world with magic. I don't think Lucifer really does it too well. It's fine, but I don't think it really includes the real world with, celestial stuff, beings and stuff like really well. I think Charmed did a hell of a lot better job that, explaining what happens if real people, get in contact with magic. And, I mean, if you haven't watched Charmed, that shit's great. I love that show. Like a show I literally grew up watching. Maybe I'll cover it one day. But anyway, that's all I have to say. In conclusion, I don't think something is bad when it becomes predictable, but I really think it loses a lot of the impact it once has, and you just become less invested in it since you already know what's going on. Anyway, that's all I have to say. Thank you all so much for watching. If you haven't already, make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next one. Alright, everyone. Peace out.
Oh, that's real nice.
Still pissed off about that.